Alright, another quick tip. So I've used text render objects a lot to give the player a clue, guide them through the level, based on the fact that we're going to be putting in real assets later, and they will be replaced by artists, animators, and such. But until that happens, we need to keep our level as clean and understandable as possible. And the more work I do, or we do, with the text render objects, there's little things we can do to make it more interesting, make it seem more polished, until that audio or animation or creature or whatever it is gets in the level. So one thing to do is format your text render object, which I just dragged one in here, to be a little bit nicer in the way it looks and the formatting, just like you would do a document, having proper spacing and such. So let's rotate this to face us 180 degrees. So there's our text render object, and it just says text right now. So let's make our player have a little thought about these see-through grates, glass panels, whatever we're going to call this, that he's walking on and the slime is under. So right now it says text. Let's put little quotes on it to make like he's thinking or she's thinking to themselves. And let's just repeat what I did in an earlier tip. Alright, so I've got this in my level. Let's go in the world and look at it. Always test everything. Don't script up a whole mission and then go test it. And ooh, look, you can see like a reflection in the glass. How interesting. Very interesting effect. So as we're looking at this, it's huge and it's cutting all the way across the level. That does not help us at all. It completely confuses the player. Doesn't help anything. Another thing we want to do is not have it affected by lighting. Let's just put an emissive glow texture on it, which I've already created in another level. So if we go to a regular, this current one, if you go to the default text it's using, hit the magnifying glass, it takes me right to it. And as you can see, if we double click on it, we can see the material. And this is what it's using, this font right here. So if we want to make this glow in any sort of way, I don't want to overwrite the default, but I'm going to just for this tutorial. We pull out the emissive color, type in a constant, and it's just a single constant. And when you have the constant selected, you'll see over here a value. If you type to 1, it glows like a light bulb, 0.3, less, 0.5, more, etc. So we'll put 0.5. And for now, I'm going to get rid of that after so it doesn't overwrite my default. Now when we go back to the level, it's not as affected by the lighting as it normally would be. It should be glowing, which will. Why is it glowing? Did I not hit save? Possibly not. There we go. So there was a pink light on it before that was affecting it. Now it's just pure white. If I put it in the dark corner here, it'll still be white. So you should do is duplicate and create your own material on that one. Don't overwrite the default, which these are currently overwritten with another material. So let's get back and format this properly. The quotes are good. The size of the text is huge. So let's just scale it to be a little bit smaller. I want to run up to it and read it up close. I don't need to read it across the level like it's a billboard. And I'm going to put it over here. And now let's get to formatting a little bit. So the quotes are good, but this long line of text, I'm going to have to move my player or rotate the camera, which does not feel good at all. So what I'm going to do is just create a break, just like you would in Word or any test-based documentation. So what we need to do is Control Shift Enter. Got that? Control Shift Enter. Creates a break. Create a break after the ... Control Shift Enter, which is giving me an extra space. Get rid of that. Let's do a Control Shift break after into. And as I text, go back to the level, it updates. And let's hit play. Aha! Much nicer. Look at that, like a little formatted paragraph. I feel like I'm intelligently reading this. And if you want to follow the player, go to my tutorial, which should also be in the same area. Quick tips on how to get your text render to rotate with you. I believe it's called something text render face camera, something like that. Super easy to do. Ta-da! That's it. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.